Hi, I'm Matt LeMay, and this is the Shredder XTE version 2 unboxing video. Okay, so when you get the Shredder XTE, it's going to come in a very large cardboard box. Let's just go over everything that comes in the box. Now, of course, you will get the Shredder XTE version 2 fully assembled, ready to run, less the two 2S LiPo batteries. That's right, it does not come with any batteries, and it does not come with a LiPo charger. Now, we'll get to that in just a moment. But yes, you will get the Shredder XTE version 2 completely assembled. You will need to put the wing on, 2 body clips, no big deal. You'll also get the new 2.4 gigahertz radio system. Now, this is a new radio for Redcat, and they've chosen this radio for many reasons. The most important reason, of course, is reliability and ergonomics. This radio feels better in your hand, it's lighter. It also uses 4 AA batteries. With the radio, you get the bind plug, which is used to bind the radio to the receiver, and you also get the antenna tube for the receiver. The receiver's got a very small antenna, and this will help protect it. You will get the electronics vehicle instruction manual. Now, this is important that you read through every single one of these instruction manuals, and that you also read through the instruction manuals that come with the batteries and charger that you buy and decide to use. So this instruction manual here goes over electric vehicles. It goes over pretty much everything you'll need to know about them. Different types of motors, different types of batteries. It has some safeties and warnings in here. So yeah, go ahead and read through this manual cover to cover and fully understand it before attempting to use your Shredder XTE vehicle. Also comes with the Shredder XTE version 2 manual. Now, this has got exploded views in it. It also has instructions on charging batteries. It has instructions on the radio here, how to use the radio, how to adjust it. It talks about binding it to the receiver. So you'll need to read through this manual, again, cover to cover, and fully understand it before using your Shredder. Also have a manual for the electronic speed controller. Now, it'll go through the settings menu for you, let you know what you're adjusting and how to adjust it. Very important you read this as well. We also have a Hexfly flyer here. I recommend the HX 5800 milliamp hour 30C2S LiPo battery pack for this vehicle with T-style connectors, or some people will know them as Dean's style connectors. Okay, so we recommend 2 of those 2S LiPo battery packs for this vehicle. And for the charger, we recommend the HX403 LiPo battery charger. Okay, under the hood, we have a 1300 kV brushless motor, and the motor mount doubles as a cooling fin. And for the ESC, we have an 80 amp SC8 ready to run ESC. Now, the batteries, like I said, it takes us T-style connectors or Dean's connectors. We have 2 connectors for 2 batteries, 2 2S LiPo battery packs. So some of the cool features on the truck, other than the remodeling per se, are the big bore aluminum threaded coilover shocks. It's got the threaded collar where you can adjust high or low. You can raise the ride height of the truck or lower the ride height of the truck. Another feature of the truck is a center differential. It does not have your typical slipper clutch locked in center diff like most monster trucks do per se. This has got an adjustable, tunable center differential. Now, you can tune the center diff by changing the different weight oils inside the differential. And the heavier the diff oil, the more locked in it'll be, and that'll allow you to do things, well, like popping wheelies, you know, like monster trucks do. If you want to pop wheelies, you put a really thick diff oil in the diff, though I don't really recommend that. The thicker the diff oil, the more shock the entire drivetrain is going to have when you come to an abrupt stop or take off really, really quickly, or landing jumps. And that's probably the biggest thing, is landing jumps on drivetrain shock. Because you figure, you're in the air, and even if you're not on the throttle, these tires are still rotating very quickly. And when you hit the ground, they stop immediately, right? So what happens when you do not have a center diff, for instance, and your tires are rotating and you land like this? Now, these front wheels are going to stop from contacting the ground, or drastically slow down, I should say, from contacting the ground. Well, if you have a locked center diff, which is your typical slipper clutch in the center, spur gear, what happens is these rear wheels are still carrying a lot of momentum, and these are big tires. So what happens is when these stop, it forces through the drivetrain these rear wheels to stop too, and they haven't even contacted the ground yet. So what that does is shocks the entire drivetrain. It shocks the gears, it shocks the joints, it shocks the pins holding things in place, it shocks the pins in the dog bones and the dog bone cups. It just shocks the whole system. Now with a center diff, what happens is when you land and the front wheels stop from contacting the ground, their rear wheels are, see this, I'm going the same way here, their rear wheels are still allowed to rotate before they touch the ground, which removes the shock from the system. The cool thing about this center diff is you can play around with it and you can mess with it. You can change the oils in it and you can find that balance that you really like according to the terrain you're driving on and according to the driving style you like to have. So that just gives you multiple options on how this vehicle drives. You're not stuck with how this thing handles out of the box. You can completely tune this thing. You can tune the front diff, the rear diff, the center diff. There's 3 diffs in this vehicle. You can, of course, tune camber and tow and all that other stuff with this vehicle too, with some quick and easy adjustments. Very neat. That's the Shredder XTE version 2 1/6 scale truck by Redcat Racing. Thank you for choosing the fast, affordable, fun Redcat Racing.